Let me show you how you differentiate e to the x. So if we have this, how do we do this? Well, what we can do is basically the chain rule, okay? It's a pretty easy rule to remember, and it goes like this. So you may have seen that the derivative of e to the x is just simply e to the x, and this is true, but the idea is partially complete. There is something else. The derivative of e to the x is going to be e to the x times the derivative of x times the natural logarithm of e. Now, of course, these two guys, if we have e to the x with nothing else, where these two are just going to be 1. So you're just simply going to have e to the x times 1, okay? And that's just simply going to be e to the x, okay? But now, why am I showing you this part? Well, this is something that happens, or this is very important. No, I mean, you need to consider that when you have, for example, the derivative of, let's say, 2 to the x. How do you do this? In this case, it's the same idea when you have e to the x. Remember that e at the end of the day is just simply 2.71 and a couple more numbers. So you do the same. You have 2 to the x power, so you just have the same thing, times the derivative of the exponent, so x prime, times the natural logarithm of the base. So you have natural log of 2. In this case, natural log of e was just simply 1. So that is why you can just say the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. But you need to be careful when you do not have e to the x, because natural log is actually very important, okay? Now let's try something when the exponent is not simply x. So what if we had the derivative of e to the 4x? What do we do in this case? Well, what we can simply do is just simply remember what we did before. You're going to write the exact same expression that you have. So you're going to write e to the 4x times the derivative of the exponent, which is just going to be 4, and times the derivative, the natural logarithm of the base, which is just going to be ln e. So you're just going to have 4 e 4x, okay? That is how much you get. Remember, this just goes to 0, okay? But this is your answer. So you need to be careful when you have exponent that is not simply x, because you're gonna have another step that you need to do. And if you have a base that is not e, you're gonna have an extra step that you need to do, because you need to take the natural logarithm of that base, okay? Let's try another one. What if we had the derivative of e to the 10x plus 3? What do we do in this case? Well, we're gonna do exactly the same thing. Now we just simply have one more term. So we're gonna write the same expression that we have times the derivative of the exponent. So we're gonna have the derivative of 10x plus 3 is just going to be 10 times the natural logarithm of e, which is just gonna be 1, okay? And this is just gonna give us 10 times e to the 10x plus 3, okay? This is the derivative for this function right there. Now let's try one more complicated example. What is the derivative of e to the square root 10x plus 3? How much is this? Well, we know what to do. We're going to write first the first function that we have, the expression just as it is. So we have e to the 10x plus 3 inside the square root times the derivative of the exponent, okay? And in this case, I'm going to write it as 10x plus 3 to the 1/2. And now let's find this derivative real quick. So we're going to have d over dx for 10x plus 3. This is going to be 1/2 times 10x plus 3 minus 1 over 2 times the derivative of what we have inside, which is just going to be 10. We're going to have 10 over 2, that's just going to be 5. We have 5 times 10x plus 3 to the negative, actually I'm going to write it like this, square root and then negative 1. And this is just simply going to be 5 over square root 10x plus 3. Now this is the derivative for this side. And now let's complete the multiplication. So I'm going to make a little line over here, and we're going to continue down here. So what we need to simply do now is just simply going to be we have this, and we're going to multiply it by this, so we're going to have 5. All this entire thing is just going to be 5 times e to the square root 10x plus 3. All of this divided by square root 10x plus 3. Okay? And this is how much we get for the derivative that is up here, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I learned something, and see you in the following one.